So hello tribe and welcome to this special sort of 10-minute video that myself and Bella wanted to put out. Really just to inform a few of you of what's been going on behind the scenes and what the upshot of all of this is and the forwards motion that is going to carry us over the Rainbow Bridge one final time on the Arc of the Fae to land again once more on the beaches of New Earth, where some of us have been hanging out for quite a while now. But we're really putting the call out to the rest of our brothers and sisters in the tribe. If you are still with us, we want to activate the 144 star seeds in our tribe, for we are about to go into a double header of two immersions, the blue magnetic monkey, the Arc of the Fae journey, and the yellow magnetic seed, which kicks off with kin number 144.
Yeah, so I want to start by saying thank you to all of you who attended the live calls and that heard what we wanted to say, that gave us ideas, that have come back with really positive feedback on what has happened for you over this period of time you've been with us, and how you still feel very much part of the tribe and you see yourself moving forward with us. So thank you to all of you. And we're taking everything, all of these messages on board as we're putting all of these amazing 26-day journey together.
Right, yes, well said, Bella. Really, really heartfelt messages from many of you. If you're not sure what we're talking about, please do check out the live call that's posted in the Quantum Planet Tribe group.
And We the Cosmic Humans.
And We the Cosmic Humans, yes, you're absolutely right. It's in those two groups. It was a tough call for us. We wanted to share a bunch of stuff, mainly because we know that we're at a pivotal moment in the ascension process, and we are really being guided to let go of the old paradigm completely. It's going to be tough because everything we have known in our life is really part of the old paradigm. All of the structures, all of the forms, the systems, the governance, all of that I hope that we can all now see have not really been in any way serving us and perhaps are not fit for New Earth. We want to move the dial, move it forwards with all of you, as many of our tribal brothers and sisters who may have journeyed with us even in the last immersions, or maybe journeyed with us way back with the dandelions and the Artemisias and the elders back in the QPH days. Certainly we started out life as a plant tribe, and then we brought in astrology and cosmology and the Mayan universal time codes and many, many other things. But always at our core have been the plants. And we're going to be working with plants again in these two way spells. The first one, we're going to be working with alder, the primulus, particularly cowslip, the fairy gateway plant, the fairy queen herself, Lady Hawthorn, and the fairy king, alder, are going to be featured. And then in the second way spell, we're going to be working with the incredible seed medicine that many plants have. We're going to be bringing in an array of different types of seeds that can be used in medicines, really that we feel might be needed in this moment or moving forwards. So if you have journeyed with us in the past and loved the immersion format, these are two immersions back to back, although it's really one big journey. We don't want it to be too intense. It's not going to be really too much about any deep, dark shadow work. I think we've all done enough of that. If that's needed, then of course, we will be holding a few clearing sessions and meditative practices whilst we really clear out our inner quantum technology, working particularly on the seven Stargate portals, otherwise known as our chakras, but most of all firing up that inner sacred flame, which gives us a spark of creativity, that our inner fairy, whether it's earthly or galactic, and we're going to be talking a lot about fairy lore, the fairy world, behind the veil, this side of the veil, the great untold story of the fairy rebellion, and quite a few fairy stories from all over the world, because we are a global tribe and the fairies exist everywhere. So most of all, it's going to be a lot of fun, right, Bella, because we're working with the blue monkey.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, we're going to do the blue monkey wave spell, which starts at the heart of the Soul King. We have more information in the Quantum Compass if you want to watch it. And then we go straight into the yellow seed, which is kin 144. It's about reconnecting the 144 seeds that are part of our tribe as a fractal of the 144,000, which are the ones meant to connect the grid and move us forward into New Earth.
Right, and due to many different dynamics across the planet, and as we've said, many people suffering from video fatigue, program fatigue, and financial fatigue. So we're going to go not light necessarily in terms of the richness of the content, but we're not going to overdo it. I think any of you who've done immersions with us over the last year or so will have seen that we've lightened up the amount of hours you need to sit in front of the screens and try and just reduce that, but make it much more impactful in a shorter space of time. We're going to continue to do that. There's going to be lots of lighter elements to this, but at the same time, it's some serious work. We do want to activate our inner fairy, and then that will help us activate our star seed cells if that hasn't already happened for you. And I know there are quite a few of you out there that it
They're
has
already activated.
but our real call is to you, our brothers and sisters in our tribe. It's such an amazing tribe that we have. We are a global tribe stretching all the way from New Zealand across many hours of time zones, even to Hawaii. And we have people dotted all over the globe, each bringing their own unique personal culture and flavor, but also their own amazing avatar and healing skills into the mix too. And this is really where we want to bring all of those different threads from all the different corners of the world where everybody's positioned into one container for something of a celebratory journey, but also just to tie off the threads and knots of whatever is still finishing or needs to be finished off in the old epoch. This is really the moment where one era finishes and another starts.
But also to activate that fairy aspect
Yes.
of yourself, if you haven't connected to that part that is full of creativity and connected to the plants and the flowers and all of those magical things, we want to bring that energy to help us create the new earth. And that's why we're inviting all of you, whether you have your fairy side activated or not, that's going to be very much part of the journey.
Right, and many people have already messaged me saying, I don't have any connections to the fairies. Well, I would probably suggest that's not entirely true. If you've ever created anything in your life, that will be part of your own fairy energy. I will be giving some guidance on how to talk to fairies. It's actually quite easy. They're pretty noisy little folks once they want to get your attention, but also where to find fairies outside in nature and where you won't find them. We'll be teaching a bit more about fairy lore and protocols, because in fairy world, these things do matter. And we'll be talking about the opposite sides of the spectrum from the fairy world, the light and the dark fairies. Hopefully the dark ones are kind of removing themselves or elevating their consciousness, but also the link between the elves and the fairies. This is also very, very much misunderstood. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo out there in general about fairies and elves. And I think this is an opportunity to let the fairies and elves speak for themselves without it going through a Disney filter or something like that. Yeah.
We'll also talk about the galactic fairies
Yes.
and the earth fairies, because the galactic fairies are really important at this moment.
Right. Some of you may have seen videos recently talking about the pulsar sort of EMF signals being sent from Cygnus X. That's very much the constellation of Denibades, which in the Stellar Nations cosmic history codes is the home of the fairies and the tree shepherds. So we will be bringing that into the mix. And most of all, just to say, this is a donation-based journey. There is a minimum amount just to help us cover some basic costs, and there's a recommended standard amount. But we know that many of you are struggling with your local currencies. The currency that we're working in is also not so great, but I know there are many out there that are doing even less well. So we always want to be as inclusive as possible. We never want price to be something that stops people from coming. Obviously, we do put a lot of time and resources into what we do. It's just part of the exchange, but we want to make this as beneficial for as many people as possible. We have set a target of 144. We've come very, very close on a couple of immersions, just ducking under by 10 or 15 or so.
144 people.
144 people. So we're looking for those of you who are feeling the call that this is indeed your soul tribe. You've maybe not been on an immersion with us for a while, but still watch the video, still feel very much connected to us. Many of you have already emailed to let us know that. That's really beautiful. That's really amazing. We'd love to see you again. There is a kind of a core of about 70 or 80 people in our tribe that have been doing a lot together for a few years now, and that's really actually built something amazing. Lots of heart connection. Telepathy is now a thing between many of us, and
people even traveling to different countries to see each other.
Right.
And that's
yeah, that's been happening a lot, and I know there's many more plans sort of underway to do that more. We're also planning to see more of you. There might be another gathering, hopefully sometime in the next few months, once we've kind of gone through whatever the big changes in the world are. And this is our kind of setup for that. QPW will endure, of course. We've had to evolve before, once when we were QPH, and it's an evolution. It's not an ending per se. That whenever there's an ending, there's a beginning of something new. And really, like I said, we're trying to shift the dial to be ready for New Earth, both as individuals, as a partnership and a couple, but also as tribe members with all of you, our beautiful brothers and sisters that we really do value so much. Our lives really would not have been anything like they've been at all without all of you guys. And again, thanking all of you that contributed so much during the difficult period for us both after my accident a couple of years ago. And you'll be pleased to know that I did my longest walk since my accident with Bella at the weekend, over 7 kilometers.
And we made it to an amazing waterfall.
Yes, yeah.
So that was also
And we also made a bunch of new plants. That was really the reason we went out to scout the local environment, looking for new plants, all of which we've also been encouraging people to do in our Quantum Plant Alchemy WhatsApp group, which has proved to be a big success. So if you'd like to join that group, or indeed if you're down under in New Zealand, we have now a very active little group. And if you're hearing this and haven't quite jumped into that yet, we are actually rapidly expanding our on the ground presence in New Zealand, which is really, really nice because you, our brothers and sisters, are right at the forefront. And Vanguard, as our sister,
the head of the dragon.
Yes, as one of our sisters was sharing in the group earlier, it's like many spiritual people have commented in the past the importance of why New Zealand is always going first. I think that's also part of the mix. And New Zealand is also a big fairy country. Having been to the North Island, I met fairies there for sure, and quite a few other beings too. So that's it, really. We don't want to draw this out. This is really just to put out the heart transmission to all of you who've ever enjoyed doing any of our immersions. I think we've done maybe over 30 or 40 by this point.
If you've done all of them, oh my God, congratulations.
You don't deserve a gold star. You probably deserve a series of medals or something if you survived all of them. We've survived all of them because we have done all of them ourselves, and I think we're doing okay off the back of them. And I can see that from many of our core tribe that they're also having fun in their lives, having done these immersions. And we always, even if they're challenging sometimes in the past, we always have fun. And it's all about the shared container and about the heart connection and really about us as a soul tribe. So this is the message, really just calling all of the soul tribe. If you're hearing this and want to join us, we'd love to see as many of you as possible. And if we can hit that 144, we don't know what will happen, but we're pretty sure something will get activated somewhere in the grid.
Over the rainbow.
Over the rainbow, right? So if you want to join us on the Arc of the Fae and the 144 Starseeds Awaken, please do check out the link that we'll put here with this in the discussion board, and head over to the site. I would do it as soon as possible, really, because we're going to be starting this on the 19th of April. This is another typical gift from Spirit to help us all move super quickly and not procrastinate too much. But most of all, this is going to be fun, brothers and sisters. And yeah, we're excited to share the space with you again once more.
We hope to see you there. Thank you, guys. We'll see you then.
We'll see you all hopefully in a few days' time. Until then, in Lakesh, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Bye.